Another list of Catholic priests accused of sexually abusing children was made public today. Thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Colleen Marshall.
I'm Mike Jackson. 65 priests, all named on that list, released by the Midwest province of Jesuits, including more than a dozen who worked here in Ohio.
NBC4's Ted Hart is live at the headquarters of the Columbus Diocese with more on today's developments. Ted?
Well, and Colleen, the Columbus Diocese has promised to release a list of its own. I spoke with someone at the diocese today who said that they are working on it, but that a date has not yet been set for the release of that list. Today's list, though, as you said, comes from the Catholic Order of Jesuits in the Midwest. Dozens of names of priests with established allegations of sexual abuse.
But here's the priest who abused me.
Carol Zamansky knows a thing or two about abusive priests and the list of names now being released by various Catholic dioceses and orders.
It's been our experience that these lists are generally incomplete.
Carol works with the Survivors Network of People Abused by Priests, or SNAP.
The culture of the Catholic Church is not a culture of transparency, and any apparent transparency is merely a political move.
In its release of names today, the Midwest province of Jesuits said that it was doing so in the spirit of transparency and reconciliation. After a grand jury report in Pennsylvania this summer named 301 priests in 6 different dioceses, there has been a wave of lists voluntarily being released, with more on the way. Zamansky is skeptical.
What I really think is that they're trying to supply enough information that they can attempt to stave off the sort of investigations that happened in Pennsylvania.
The names released today include Jesuit priests who worked in Cleveland at St. Ignatius High School and in Cincinnati at St. Xavier High School, and the allegations date back as far as the 1950s. Zamansky says for victims, seeing their abusers' names made public is very validating and may encourage others to come forward.
The more people come forward and talk about having been abused, the more likely it is that we can get to the bottom of this huge issue.
And the Midwest Jesuits said that most of those on the list that was released today entered religious life in the 1930s through the early 1960s, and they said that since that time they've learned from their mistakes and that changes have been made and that supervision and training of priests is now much improved. Local for you and live downtown, Ted Hart, NBC4.